Hi, on today's video I'm going to show you how to deglaze a Gaulhofer Energyline PVC window. In order to remove the glass from the unit itself, you have to remove the 4 PVC glass stops that hold the glass in. You have to do that on the interior side. Now this unit has what we call a dry seal. It's just a rubber gasket. It's located on the inside and the exterior side of the window, so no caulking will be required. Start by removing one side stop. Once that side stop is removed, do the bottom stop and then the next side stop, leaving the top stop for last. That will hold the glass in until you're ready to remove it. Once you actually start removing the glass, we advise everyone to please wear safety glasses and wear gloves that are cut resistant, because you will be handling the glass and safety is always recommended. So start by removing the first stop. You're basically just going to insert the pry bar somewhere in approximately the middle of the stop, just to get a little bit of separation. Now the bar itself will not go in very far. And then it's just a matter of gently prying the stop open. Once you have the stop partially removed, I'm now using the other end of the pry bar. Then I'm just going to gently remove that stop. Now it's fairly flexible, so that helps get it out and into the unit itself. Again, now that I have that stop removed, there are 2 shims that I've noticed on the inside of this glass, which we'll leave until the end. So next I'm going to start with the bottom stop, and this time I'm going to start on the corner. Once the stop starts to come out, again you can use the other end of the pry bar and then just gently remove that stop. Now, as I mentioned on the earlier video, there is a rubber gasket that is attached to the stop itself, so that does not need to be removed and reinstalled. It will stay with the stop. Same on the exterior side. Once the glass is removed, there will be an exterior rubber gasket that will stay in place, and you just have to put the glass back in and seal it tight up against that weather tripping. Okay, so once you have the 3 stops removed, 2 on the side, 1 on the bottom, but before you remove the top, you need to remove the shims that are located on the sides of the unit. These composite shims are located between the glass and the actual PVC frame themselves. There are 2 shims located on the bottom of the glass which can remain in place and then reused when you put the glass back in. The side shims have to be replaced before the stops are put back into position, but the bottom ones can stay as is for now. So once the shims have been removed, you can now attempt to remove the top stop. So again, I'm using the same pry bar, starting in one corner, just slowly working my way across. Now once that last stop is removed, the glass can pretty much come out on its own. One thing I am going to do first is just check to see if there are any shims located on the top of the glass. In this particular unit, there doesn't seem to be any there now. Now keep in mind, this unit is located in our showroom, and this glass has been deglazed and reglazed more than several times. But in some cases, you will find shims located at the top. Now, in order to get this glass started, I'm going to use a suction cup. You can also use this for the lifting, but in this case, it's a smaller unit, so I'm going to carry this glass without the suction cup. But I need the suction cup just to get the glass started. Once it's out, and as I mentioned earlier in this video, please be sure to wear safety gloves and safety glasses. Try not to do any glass removal with short sleeves. Try to use a long sleeve shirt to protect yourself from any glass shards. And then it's just a matter of removing the glass from the frame, setting it down gently on either a rubber backing or on some wood, and then trying to put some kind of protection behind the glass as well. So on a PVC Gaulhofer unit, that's pretty much all that's involved to remove the glass. To reinstall the glass, you're basically just reversing the procedure. Ensure the two bottom shims are in position first, then set the glass into the unit. Insert the top stop to hold the glass in position, and then I can start doing the shims located on the sides to keep the glass in the proper position in the frame. So when reinstalling your glass, as I mentioned earlier, please be sure to wear your PPE gear, the gloves, safety glasses, and whenever possible, if you have an extra set of hands to help you, this makes this procedure a lot simpler. So what I'm doing is just lifting the glass, setting the bottom edge down on the shims, trying to roughly center the unit in the frame, dropping the top back in. Everything looks good. I'm basically just taking the top stop, inserting it into the groove. I'm going to be using just a rubber mallet, snapping that back into position. And the glass is now at least temporarily secured in place. When reinstalling the shims, and try to use the same shims that were in the window when you first tried to remove it. And try to remember the color of the shims. In some cases, you'll see different color shims. That represents the different thicknesses the shims can come in. So that's just a matter of inserting the shim between the glass and the frame itself. Now, if you need to space the glass just a little bit in order to insert it, try and use a plastic pry bar. Never put metal up against the glass, as it will definitely chip and possibly cause a crack or shatter the entire piece. Once all of the shims are back in position, you can now start reinstalling the remainder of the stops. Reinstalling the stops is fairly straightforward. There is a tongue on the actual stop itself. Now that tongue will insert into a groove located on the frame. Just a matter of lining that tongue up into the groove. And these stops are fairly pliable. Once they are in, use a rubber mallet. Never use a metal hammer head anywhere near the glass. Rubber mallet. Ensure there is no wide gap where the stop meets the frame. It's nice and tight. That window is reinstalled. So that's all there is to deglazing and then reglazing a Gaulhofer PVC Energyline window. Hope you found that video informative. Please be sure to check out all of our other videos online as well. Thank you.